Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we're gonna talk about another Model Y rumor. It seems like they've got a lot of different bags or tricks in their bags of all the different Model Ys that could be coming out for certain exclusive markets. So we're going to get into that because maybe this is something that we need in our market as well. So we're going to take a look at that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And if you've got a question you want to ask me, you can send it at my Patreon group down below in the description. And today's live stream is partnered with Jowa, where you can get accessories for your Tesla that your Tesla is not coming with, like phone mounts, center consoles, and more, but more on that later. Let's just do a quick look at inventory because as we get to these final few days of the end of the month, it does get pretty interesting because sales are happening across the different markets. We can see that for the US market, Model 3 actually is doing quite well. It has sparked, it did a lot of different sales, and we are seeing a downcrease in inventory. Cybertruck as well, if you take a look at that, people are actually buying it. So it does appear that if you put a $8,000 discount on a Tesla vehicle like a Cybertruck, then that might be a good price point for that one. But taking a look at this, we can see here is the latest rumor, and this was sparked from Zong Wen, who posted this: Tesla Model Y extended wheelbase 3-row version will be produced in May in Shanghai factory. This is interesting because if it's going to have third row, which I mean, with Tesla needs the Model Y did have a third row before, but not necessarily had an extended wheelbase version. So it could be a longer Tesla Model Y, which maybe the markets will want this because people like that third row. But then the third row in the Model Y currently, like the older Model Y, the Legacy, was very cramped. And so if they make it more larger, make it more sizable, it could make a lot of sense. Newswire posted this: Tesla's rumored to start production of the new longer Model Y featuring an extended wheelbase and 3-row seats as early as May in Shanghai, which is a couple of days actually at this point. A 1-week production pause is expected in late April to prepare for this new version. Previous reports suggest that it will feature 6 seats and be exclusive to the China market. And so that would be suck if it's only going to be China and not other markets as well, because I don't know. Let me know if you want a third row longer Tesla Model Y for your, if you're going to be waiting for something like this. I mean, there's a lot of different Model Y trims we're waiting for, right? Like the rear wheel drive long range, we're waiting for that. We're waiting for the 7-seater third row for the Model Y. We're also waiting for performance Model Y as well. So certainly a lot of different things that could be on the horizon as well. Troy posted this in terms of what he feels like are the estimated delivery dates or deliveries for the whole year. He posted an analyst consensus for the Tesla deliveries this year is now 1.731 units, or 1,731,000 units, lower than the set 1,789,000 units delivered in 2024. And so he is already projecting, or analysts are already projecting, a lower delivery number for the year. And so Tesla could really choose 2 different modes here. They could try and fight it with more incentives and everything, or they could essentially just go with the flow here and maybe just not try and add on to too many incentives. But I think they are definitely going to throw everything at the kitchen sink, or including the kitchen sink, to try and get incentives and sales. But in terms of other market news, I don't know if about you all, but if you're buying a Tesla right now, maybe you are trading in your existing vehicle or whatever vehicle, or you're selling as well. Let me know. I want to hear if you have also reported some sort of increase in your trade values. Take out Tesla trade-ins aside, maybe like CarMax, other one, Carvana, cameras or even anything like that. But here's a post that shows to show like a Carvana trade-in screen that shows like a 2016 Chrysler Town and Country that on March 14th was worth 11,800 at that time, and then now today it has gone up to 22, or the two screens here. The first one is a Town and Country that has gone up $7,400 in value, and then here's another one, a Chevy Silverado that has gone up $9,000 in value in terms of what it's worth to Carvana. And so maybe the used car market is also getting a nice uplift. So if you're looking to get out of your vehicle and get maximum value, definitely try and make sure you check all the sources: Carvana, CarMax, Car Buyer USA, and also the local mom and pop stores as well, for you to see if you can get the most maximum value for your vehicle. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Now that you've bought your Tesla, or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And you know these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Let's see who's dropped by. Blueberry, thanks for coming in. RC, great to see you. Rick, great to see you. H Chen, thanks for coming in. Secret Music, RC, JJ, AAA, and Patrick, thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button. RC, third row, how much longer is the wheelbase? Good question. I guess we'll see because once this vehicle actually starts production and deliveries, then there'll be measurements and everything. Rick, any chance they release the reduced 30K version of Model Y, never release the long range rear-wheel drive? That is a good chance. I mean, it's potentially possible, but I mean, because I guess if we zoom out a little bit, we can see like the current Model 3, there is the long range rear wheel drive, which is the cheaper version. Then we also know that there is an even cheaper version that isn't sold in the US. It's sold in Mexico with like the textile seats and all the different things. And then we have like the Model 3 long range all wheel drive and then the Model 3 Performance. And so maybe Tesla will choose to release the Model Y cheaper version that isn't a rear wheel drive, or just a really dumbed down or cheap defeatured version in the US to try and test if people want that, and then maybe convert the Model 3 afterwards. So that could be a good chance. I guess if I were to put a range on it, I think 80% chance we're going to get a long range rear wheel drive, and then maybe like a 20 to 30% chance we get like this cheaper version. I think the cheaper version is really for the other markets, like the China markets, the India markets, and the new up and coming markets that are going to be coming up. H Chan, what's up? Thanks for coming in. When do you think 0% financing will be available for the long range Model Y? I think at this point it could either be next week, which is the first or couple weeks of May, or it could be the first couple weeks of June. But more than likely, like if I were to put that same percentage ratio, I think more than likely it's going to be in the third quarter where we see an incentive for the Model Y, because like if we take a look at it, I mean, they did pull ahead some of the Model 3 incentives pretty early, but I mean, the Model Y inventory really hasn't changed a ton. It's kind of just been like these same two vehicles as posted on our website. We know that they have more colors and combinations, but they choose only to choose these two vehicles for whatever reason. Model 3, though, there's definitely deals. And if you want to take a look at some of the deal spreadsheets that we find, or the deal discounts that we find, the best ones down below in our deal spreadsheet in the description. And of course, the beauty with these is that this is before the Tesla referral code discount, just like our referral code program, where you can get 3 months of full self-driving by using a Tesla referral code, just like the link down below in the description. But certainly very interesting to see. Are we getting a Model Y Performance for summer, Secret? I would say I think summer is a good time for that because the funny thing with that is the Model 3 Performance was released the same time last year. And so it is interesting to see this like in April is what I'm saying. And so it is interesting to see that we don't have the Model Y Performance at the moment. I think the extended wheelbase would be awesome for those using as a camper and runabout car. Yeah, I mean, there was rumors a long time ago that maybe the Model X will get chopped because it's really not a lot of volume and really they just need to make the Model Y bigger, better, and maybe introduce a extended wheelbase version as well because that could make a lot of sense. In this next topic, here's the truth about the full self-driving transfer promotion. There is a big brain move here that is happening with Tesla on why they are giving this transfer or even brought this back, this transfer for Tesla vehicles. If you don't know what this is, you can now, if you got full self-driving on a older vehicle, older Tesla, you can transfer it to your new vehicle of purchase. You can stack this with all these other different incentives that are out there for full self-driving, like Royce, who got in an email that you can stack it with the $2,000 loyalty offer as well. But shout out to Christopher for putting this on paper. The brilliant 4D chess move by Tesla that no one is talking about. Free full self-driving transfer pushes many to upgrade their Hardware 3 vehicle to Hardware 4. Obviously, but there is a kicker. Tesla is no longer on the hook to upgrade the Hardware 3 vehicle to Hardware 4 since it's been stripped of FSD. New owner pays Tesla for their own Hardware 4 upgrade. And so very interesting to see that because yes, it's a free transfer, but then that older vehicle is stripped of Hardware 3 or stripped of the full self-driving. So yeah, Tesla doesn't have to upgrade the older technology. And that's kind of the thing why I used to be such a hater on this Tesla full self-driving stuff because it is an endless game of upgrading and waiting for the latest hardware, Hardware 3, Hardware 4, Hardware 5, AI 5, or whatever they want to call it. And really, if you're buying a vehicle and with hopes that full self-driving is going to come to that vehicle, it might be a lose-lose game because there is always going to be that newer vehicle with new software, new technology, hardware, CPUs, or whatever it may be that could be coming down the pipeline. But the one thing is interesting with this, there are ways to get full self-driving onto your vehicle at a much lower cost than the $8,000. And if you're interested in hearing about that, maybe if it's like 50% off essentially at this point, maybe send me a DM on Instagram or one of my socials and I can point you in the right direction for it. But still very interesting to see. And I'm looking to do one of these for my next Tesla as well, because I actually believe in the full self-driving at this point, and it is very, very, very useful in when we're driving around we're driving the Model Y that has full self-driving, and it's almost scary how scary good it actually is in utilization. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But one thing's for sure, if you're buying a new Tesla, it does not come with this, and that's a set of all-weather floor mats. My favorite set so far right now is a set by 3W Liners. And I've tried all the different floor mats that are out there, 3D Mats USA, Tasmanian, and a bunch of Amazon ones. And by far, these are going to be my favorite set. I've got them in our Model X, Model 3, Model Y, and also Cybertruck as well. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, not only will you save 25% off and get a set under $100, you'll support the channel as well. So definitely check out our partner 3W Liner floor mats down below in the description, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. So when does the rear-wheel drive Model Y coming? Lower price than $45,000, do you think? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't really even know when that. I mean, I bet maybe next month actually. My M240 went up massively since 2 months ago on Carvana. Just checked today, my Model 3 went down 3K. Yeah, it seems like other vehicles other than Tesla I mean, it really seems like vehicles that aren't an electric vehicle have risen in price. Vehicles that are an electric vehicle, because there's just so many different subsidies, incentives, and everything on it, those just keep going down in price no matter what. Tesla will go down in price while other vehicles go up. Yep, JJ, exactly. Patrick, should I wait for a better incentive for the CT or just buy now? Great question, Patrick. This is what I've been waiting for. And so if you can find something like that I found that I saw the other day, if you can find an $8,000 off 2024 Tesla Cybertruck that you can lease and do the lease workaround for the 7,500 buyout, then yes, that is a deal. If you can't, then it kind of just doesn't get as good as you go up. Because I was doing some of the math, like you can get like a Cybertruck brand new for like $65,000 after all those different incentives and everything. And so if you can get to that, then it could make a lot of sense. Tesla 54, thanks for coming in. I'm going to wait until Tesla gives good deals on Model 3 Performance. Yeah, it seems like those $5,700 ones have cleared off the shelves because those were actually one of the good deals, not really for lease, but they were good deals for like sales and purchase finance because of the what was going on. Do you think it's reasonable to buy a used 3 Series 2023 standard range like a 2020 or Model 3, $25,000, possibly lower with credits, and could sell for 20K in about a year? I don't know if I would gamble on that because Teslas do depreciate pretty quickly. But yeah, I guess that's good. But I don't think you can get that $4,000 tax credit again by selling it to the next person. I think the tax credit of $4,000 is one per vehicle, or I know it's one per vehicle, so you would not be able to get another one. Are we getting a Model Y Performance, Secret? Yes, we are. Steven, any idea if the Cybertruck lease still works? Yes, it definitely still works as long as it's through Tesla Trust Leasing or Chase Leasing. Those are the two workarounds with that. In this next topic, Rivian just released a juice, a very interesting juice, and they collaborated with Erwan. Just a fun little fact here. Very interesting to do this collaboration. This isn't your average juice. It's citrus charged C, moss powered, ginger, turmeric, turbo boost for whatever your adventures take you. A little bit of a fascinating collab that they've done here that you can buy, I don't know, probably like a $20 juice or whatever it is, 15, whatever the case may be here. And Rivian Updates, I think, really got a lot of our ideas into collective here, because when Rivian owners that are waiting for all these vehicles see something like this, they think like, oh, what about the R2? What about the R3? And no, we're going to go with the juice. Here you go. And so I thought this would be a fun little topic here about Rivians and releasing a juice. But let's jump into the live stream comments. Gregory, thanks for coming in. Great to see you. Is a referral only good for 3 months of full self-driving right now? That's not much of an incentive for Tesla owners. Yes, unfortunately, it is only 3 months, which is worth about 300. But yeah, as you know, if you've been watching, we've had plenty of bigger incentives throughout the 6 months. Stefano, we need more Model Y. We need Model Y 3 rows. Yeah, because there's not even a 3-row on the current version as well. And so I guess we need that before that. In this next topic, Tesla pricing for the Model Y is absolutely insane in this market. I mean, $15,000 off is a crazy discount no matter how you want to swing it. And I guess this is, of course, because of all the different tariffs that are happening in Tesla Canada. And I think you guys would all be very fascinated to see this $15,000 price adjustment on the Model Y. And so I guess this is a bat signal out to anybody that's even remotely interested in a Model Y that really wants to not pay $15,000 more for a Tesla vehicle. The prices are increasing for the vehicles that haven't already hit the ground on the inventory lots and everything. So this is a inventory vehicle for a Model Y that is in Canada, and that's why it's priced $15,000 less than like a brand new one, which is the MSRP for orders for Tesla as well. But non-launch edition new Model Y has been added to Tesla Canada inventory for immediate pickup. They come with a $15,000 price adjustment. Pretty crazy to see. And let us know if you're in the market for a Tesla vehicle in the Canada market. I mean, you definitely want to try and get into it before these changes and they go up with a higher price. But let's jump into the live stream comments. Lewis, some Chevy dealers in my area are offering 0% on all EVs. If Tesla does not hurry up, might go with a Chevy. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of incentives across the board for all these other different AV incentives or EV manufacturers. And so certainly I could see that making it. And that's why there's 0% on the Model 3. And will there be 0% on the Model Y? I think so in the future as well. AK, do you think free supercharging will be transferable for legacy models? Who's had it? So good question, actually, because I was taking a look at this because, that is a promotion and incentive that Tesla has in their back pocket, free supercharging transfer. And in the past, there was a time period where there was free supercharging transfer and free full self-driving transfer. And that time period was December of 2023. So the question is, this Q4, maybe even this Q3, will we see essentially all the different incentives be brought back? potentially, but it has happened before in the past. Base, do you think the rock bottom price of the used Model Y Performance will be around 10K? Yes. Base, that's a good question because me and Chip actually talked about this on our most recent podcast, or one of the podcasts, that yes, we do believe there will be a floor for Tesla vehicles, and that will be 10, 15. I mean, the 10K if you want to salvage one, but realistically 15K to 20K for a good, clean example one. Hey Dennis, you think Model Y will soon have 0% quarter two? I don't think so at this point. I think it's going to be next month for a 0% offer. Let's see, what else we got? In this next topic, let's talk about the Model S. Now that we saw that recent mysterious spotting of a prototype vehicle that could be the Model S, could not be, but one thing is for sure, maybe a Model S, the refresh Model S, is the next vehicle that Tesla could be releasing, and maybe that's next month, maybe that's June, maybe that is sometime in quarter three as well. But take a look at this concept, because this is more than likely what could be the case for a concept rendering of the new Model S, because we've got the same light bar in the front like the Model Y, we've got very similar light bar on the back like the Model Y, and it's basically mashed all together like a Model S. So maybe this could be the futuristic design. This one was done by Digimod Design, and if the Model S, or even if the new Model 3 or a Model 3 was redesigned like this, would you be interested in picking one up? But here's like a nice little wish list that Nick put together. Just a few things, in my opinion, that would make the next gen Model S and Model X amazing. I don't know, as once we saw like the Model Y and all the different features and maybe the decontented Cybertruck, I'm less and less day by day excited about what features could be coming out with the Model S, and more being more realistic. Like, what can they really do without like breaking the bank, so to speak? Like 500-mile range, that sounds great, but I mean, even like Lucid, like how high do they go? Steer by wire, I would love that with the four-wheel steer, but it's also a sedan, so maybe the Model X should get that, not the Model S. 500 kilowatt charging, I mean, maybe even as close to what the Cybertruck can do, I would be okay with that. Power frunk, I mean, yeah, if you're buying a luxury sedan, I would hope it would come for something like that, but who knows. Massaging seats, that's an interesting one, because like BMW, Mercedes, Audi has similar things like that, and bespoke styling performance trim like the Model 3 Performance. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of different things that Tesla has been touting, all these other different technologies, not other different technologies, but like what about like wireless charging? That there was like a thing that I have a feeling that that might be something that could be brought to it. I mean, I would love all these range numbers and steer by wires and fast charging, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that is something that comes to the Model S. And we know the Model S and the Model X is due for a refresh coming up, and maybe that is the next vehicle that Tesla rolls out next to like the affordable vehicle in the near future. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Has anyone mentioned that the transportation fee has gone up? $13.90. Rick, I think it's actually been the same with that. Base, should I wait to sell my Honda CR-V 2021? Actually, no, I would say like Honda CR-V 2021, you're going to get the most value right now because we're in that tariff hype at the moment. Kenny, I've got a 2022 Tesla Model Y I would love to upgrade to hardware for. Will that be an option for me to opt not to pay $8,000 for full self-driving? Yeah, you can transfer it and you should be able to get into the new one. TK, how confident are you that 0% or even 1.99 is coming to the Model Y in quarter two? I would say there's going to be some sort of financial incentive or financing incentive in quarter three. Quarter two, I'm like maybe like 30% at this point, a chance. QWeb, what's the lowest CT auction lately? The other day I saw one for $64,000. So we are dumping for sure. JJ, wait, so if you buy used and get the 4K credit, you're saying I will say a less price since second person cannot get the used credit. Yes, they cannot get the used credit. It's only one 4K credit per vehicle. And once it's used, that is basically it. Patrick, still hoping for 0% interest in for the CT in May. I mean, I would love to see that as well. Fingers crossed on that one. I'm there with you on that one. Who's going to buy a Tesla with 15K price increase? It doesn't even sell now. Yeah, talking about the Canada one. Yeah, it's rough for sure. TK, next month, 0% Model Y or next quarter. My best guess, like 80% chance it's going to be next quarter, 20-30% chance we see some sort of financing incentive. Maybe not 0%, but maybe like a 1.99 next month. or even June. Thoughts on Cybertruck getting an APR decrease in May or this quarter? I mean, they just rolled out the $799 a month lease payment for the Cybertruck. They're going to probably wait and see what happens with that, and then maybe they pivot to a different deal in next, probably by June at this point, because they literally just rolled out that Cybertruck incentive like the last week, and so they're going to give it like a month. Around a month for that. Base, when do you expect us to see those floor deals like the Model Y Performance 515 by 2027, or do you think will be what? Or do you think those will be on the Tesla website? I mean, you're always going to get the lower price when you go with like third-party dealers on like cars.com. And for Model Y Performance, I mean, when was the first Model Y Performance? Like 2022. I mean, I gotta say there's some of those in like the 25 to 30K. No, there definitely is, because I was actually working with a friend who was trying to get rid of their 2021 Model Y Performance, and it was like right around 30K. And so, I mean, give it like another year or two, it's going to be under 20K for sure. TKD or TXD would love to have a Cybervan 400-mile 8-seater. Yeah, that would be a crazy one. JJ, where should I look for used car? Tesla used inventory is inflated in price. My favorite JJ for used Teslas is Facebook Marketplace, cars.com, Auto Trader, maybe even eBay sometimes. Car Gurus is a good one for sure. Any news on Hardware 5 release, Gregory? No, we haven't even heard of that in a long time, so probably like another year to two. TXD, ask Elon to make a Tesla van. Oh yeah, for sure. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments and everything, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.